Hey guys, sorry about the wait. Hey Sassy Naz and Esdirk. I see you guys first. You're the wieners. Let's see here. I would have been live a little bit earlier, but I didn't know that there was I don't like going live at the same time. I feel bad when I go live at the same time as other, creators. But you learn very quickly it's just impossible to avoid it. So you can't take it personally. Please don't ever take it personally if I'm live while you're live or whatever. I promise I don't do that on purpose to anybody. Let me make sure that I can't believe I'm even still awake, guys. Oh. Okay, slow mode is on. All right, guys. So, well, I'll wait to talk about it, but yes, we are going to speak a little bit about Summer Wells. I mean, it doesn't have to be all Summer Wells, but that's why I wanted to go live. Some of it was already said in Benny's though. So I was watching Benny's, and it was actually a good live that I feel like people should watch with Shannon. And they said some things that I had known, that I was told earlier today. And I was thinking about how to tell people because I mean, I could say, oh, well, my source, I could tell you what I always tell you is I can't tell you exactly who she is, but you would just have to basically count on my word. So it was good to hear other people saying what Benny and them were saying about the boys, but I'll talk about that more in a second because I know people are going to be coming in. Happy birthday, Sassy. Hey, Princess. While we're waiting, seeing Princess just reminded me for the giveaway for the mods. That's going to be tomorrow, but don't worry if you are not here tomorrow. It's going to be real simple things. The prizes are going to be comparable. I'll take pictures. I haven't put it together yet, but it will be similar to like how the subscriber giveaway was. And everybody who's a mod will be automatically entered. And we're going to do it like we did the last one. Third place, I'll do third. We're not going to draw numbers. I'm just going to have Nightbot pick a name or something like that. I think people would feel most comfortable with Nightbot because I think all my mods know, they trust me though, that I'm not going to like cheat, but still I'm going to do, it's not going to be any picking numbers or anything like that because so that all the mods don't have to be here. I couldn't do all subscribers because that would have, for the giveaway yesterday, that would have been impossible. But since there's, much smaller amount of mods, they can all be entered, and I could just spin 3 times. And what I will do, it's going to be the same like rules that we voted on last time, as far as it's going to be like a one and done. If you win third place first, and you're not eligible for second or first. Okay, it's not going to be like if you get second or first, and because we're just going to stick to the same rules, even though it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be picking a number and stuff. It's just going to be random name pick. And there will be 3, first, second, and third. And I'll get the prizes together. I need to make a post too, congratulating the winners. I meant to do that earlier, but I'm sorry, I'm reading a text here about what okay. Oh, I'm glad she texted me this. It has to do with what we're going to talk about as far as Summer Wells. Oh, well, what I'm going to talk about. We could talk about whatever you guys want, but sounds good to you, Quinny? All right, good. Hey, Becca. Oh, Don B's in here. Hey, Don B. You still fell asleep last night? Well, hey, it kind of got like took longer than I wanted it to, but it went okay for a first time. But now we know better how to do them in the future so that it should take like half the amount of time that it took yesterday. I think it was like a couple hours that it took just to get through first, second, and third place. Trying to like make sure everybody was on the same page about the rules and where to put their number at. And it was just, it seemed like sorry, I'm just looking at an email. No one, that's where everybody's, oh, is Benny live? Is that why there's nobody in here? Somebody said there's like 2K people or 2,000 people over there. Should I wait to, well, we'll continue. It's fine. I'm reading this email here. Huh. That doesn't make sense. So the person that just emailed me, I'm not going to call you out unless you want to, because I guess that Benny is saying that in his chat that all the evidence that was taken by the police were clothing and a phone belonging to the boy in the home wearing a size 14 boot, cut jeans, and a medium t-shirt. There's no way those boys wear a size 14 shoes. There's no way that they have wear size 14 shoes. Of course, I know that they basically just wore whatever shoes they could get, but well, this person that emailed me is upset that he's saying it about one of the boys, I guess. But when I hear size 14 boots, that doesn't sound like the boys, though. Boot cut jeans and medium t-shirt. I mean, Don could wear a medium size men's shirt. It'd be tight, but he could wear it. Do we know what size the jeans are? The shoe with Summers. My kid's dad is enormous and he only wears a size 12 shoes. 14 close. 14 close. Oh, okay. Well, that's odd, huh? How would he get that info? More views because he's monetized now? I don't buy it. I'm not sure how you get it. I mean, probably kind of like the same way I got what everybody calls the CPS reports, which were not reports, word of mouth from somebody that he feel is reliable, I guess. Probably, I would think. I don't know. He seems to think it came from a really reliable source, so he must know them though. I didn't know the person that I was talking to. But like I said, I feel like I have to say this all the time because people still think it was a reports that I shared or I saw reports. I never saw any reports or paperwork of any kind. It was a conversation. I don't even know. She didn't even speak of even seeing any reports or anything like that. I shared the whole conversation, but I feel like I always have to say, like, wasn't reports. It was somebody I felt seemed to know what they were talking about. And I talked to them a few days before they opened up more, but yeah, I'm guessing, I don't know. It's possible. I suppose it's possible. Like there is people who are, everybody's human, and I mean, we could of course get in trouble if we don't go by certain laws or code of ethics or conduct when we are in certain positions. But I mean, I'm not saying it's okay. It's not okay, but it is possible. I don't know though. Yeah, I don't know that. I do kind of agree with that, Marlena. Hey, Carrie. Oh, is Ernie in here? Or are you just teasing? I think they gave the Wells a list of property they seized, and he was. Oh, you know what? That's probably right. Or maybe he just happened to find it, or I don't know. Was he snooping? Because why couldn't he have said, like, oh, Candace showed me or something? Hi, Kirby. Hey, cracking asses. Cindy. Hawaii dreaming. I do know this though. The more time that has gone by, which was so funny, and we still have like people like you know, JTR saying, oh, I think that was fake. I think she just made it up. I don't, I just made up all those screenshots. That's what she was trying to say is I didn't even talk to anybody. I just made this all up, the conversation, and she thought it was bullshit and all not true. Well, that conversation happened in early September, and it's hard for me to even think of much in that conversation that has seemed to be untrue. So far, like nothing that was said has been debunked, or of course we don't have really any facts right now, but I'm just, if we're gonna go by what we are told to be. Hey, Ocean Angel, I'm glad that you're not blocked. That's probably what happened. Is I would think so. That I would think that the police did give the Wells some kind of list of what everything they took, and I'm sure that's kind of, it has something to do with that, with how he got it. The list had a couple phones, a couple laptops, a quilted bag with a blanket and picnic items, a Cowboys bag with size 14 cut jeans, medium shirt, Adidas shoes, and only one size 11 Paw Patrol shoe. I think, size 14 boot, wouldn't you think those were probably Dawn's shoes, right? Important to note that this was taken June 16th, so not the first night. That is important to note. Why? Why wasn't this stuff taken on? Why would they wait a day? That doesn't seem. But why did they do several of the things that they? Oh, no. Okay, no size 14 boots, just size 14 boot cut jeans. Okay. All right. I can, Bobby. I see you. Oh, did I see your comment about? Oh, yeah, about to get warrants. Oh. They wouldn't let them take the stuff willingly, or like they weren't willing to give it. Did they have to get warrants even if they're willing to? I mean, if your kid's missing, I'd be like, freaking take everything. I don't care. Find my child. You don't need a warrant. Just take what you need. Find her. I'm good, Breach. Thank you. Are you good? Oh, Ocean Angel, that's crazy. Finally heard from my sweet friends in Ukraine. And while he was on the live, the sirens went off and he had to turn out the lights. It was surreal and so scary. That's crazy. I agree, Cindy. Of course, it's interesting, but that seems, and and it's nothing against him, but I could just see, oh my God, what would happen to me. I mean, I think, oh man, can you guys imagine? But see, Benny's he's pretty good at taking the hate. He doesn't care much about what other people think. So he's the perfect man for the job, I guess, because man, if I did something like that, wow. I don't even know. See, anytime I have some type of information like that I feel like, well, not like that, but any type of information I have that I feel like, man, should I not? Is this a good idea? When I have that feeling, probably not a good idea, but I always like ask a couple people that I trust their opinion on how they feel. Do photos exist of the kids that night Summer went missing? I really want to know what they were wearing. You don't see who, Gen F? I don't remember. They have that pictures for the golf outing. Was that the next day? Right. I didn't show paperwork. What, he showed paperwork? Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Benny, if that was a really good idea, but it's done now. You know, I'm not going to like harp on the dude, but I don't think that was a good idea at all, actually. I mean, I know it's been how many months since Summer went missing and stuff, and people probably think, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt anything, but you never know. When it has to do with, but you know, people say the same thing about me. Oh my God, you know, with this, which is, so I'm trying not to be a hypocrite. I bet I do think it's a little, I think it's different, but that's just, I mean, but I respect people's opinions, as far as I get people's opinions about the info I released too, but it didn't come from, like, I didn't see it like myself on a computer and just like, you know, and then repeat it to you guys or something like that, or I didn't see some paperwork. It was conversation. And that's why I posted. I wasn't even going to post the conversation, but I was like, it probably, you know, because once things started getting crazy and people were giving me a hard time, I was like, well, I went ahead and showed the conversation so people see it's a conversation. It's not anything more than that. And some people still to this day think I released reports. I agree. I agree about what's good for one should be good for another. The hypocritical stuff. I mean, God, I have never seen so much hypocrisy in my life, and I can't take it. And I'm not talking about Benny right now. I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in the community, it's disheartening for sure. Just want to get something off my chest. In my opinion, there are a handful of YouTube channels that got very close to the Wells. The Wells ran circles around them. They shared search details with the Wells, and oh, I hope not. I hope that they weren't doing that. I don't. That's true, CT. I can't please everybody. That's true. And that's what that's why, and I did get a couple emails like I knew I would. I got like 2 or 3 emails that were kind of like, not all of them were like hate emails. Like one was, and the other 2 were like, they weren't being like rude or anything. It was just, I told you guys yesterday when I did that live, like when I do something like that, when I'm pushed to a point, that creator had been on me for a while, and I didn't mention him at all. Never did any videos on him. And I'm done now. You know what I mean? Like I'm over it. I started by the time that around the time, basically about the time when Trophy Mom came up on panel, I was just like through with it. I was bored with it because I had said everything I wanted to say. And, you know, I also know that it doesn't really do any good, but, you know, I do realize that. And I said that yesterday when I said, please don't email me and tell me, you know, that I shouldn't have done that, or I should take the high road, or I'm done doing that, guys. I'm sorry. I always feel like I take the high road anyways, and I'm going to continue being myself and doing that and doing what I feel is right. But I'm not going to like walk on eggshells, trying to, and I don't want to be I'm tired of being a doormat all the time. Like people don't get, like, many people think, like, I saw a comment earlier, but it was, I know, Cindy. The kid has a lawyer? Who's that? The kid has a lawyer. Are we talking, when you say kid, are we talking about H, or are we talking about one of the boys? Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to talk about that CT. I was seeing if more people come in, but if he's releasing that kind of info, I see why everybody's over there, and that's totally fine. This is probably going to be like the lowest amount of people, but it's fine. People can watch the replay. I don't plan on being on that long, probably. But guys, I'm not, like CT just said, I'm going to do things sometimes that you probably won't agree with. That's normal. But please don't, like, I'm just asking to please. I realize that, like, myself, I don't need somebody I'm sitting here telling you, I realize that it's the best thing to do, the most like ethical thing to do would to be never to respond in any way, I guess, ever. Not even, waiting like I did with the past two creators. By the way, I'm going to say this, I'm just so you guys could not worry so much anymore. It is about the court thing, but I had to call the court today about some stuff. I was talking to the lady on the phone about something, and she had to call me back because she had to ask the judge and stuff. Okay. And we got to talking, and I just randomly said, well, I try my best, not to mention the respondent in any way and try not to refer to her. She said, you're not the one under the order. It's fine. I'm like, I know, but she's like, it's not a joint order. I get that. And I would never resort to what they were. I mean, because that would be ridiculous. But, it's okay if I accidentally slip every once in a while and I say 6 up. You know what I mean? It's fine. But my choice is to totally just ignore, not mention it. You know what I mean? Either way. But I just makes to calm some people, and so they don't, certain people don't get so super worried if there's like a slip up. I think most of us know how unfair you've been treated. You are so kind, and sometimes we have to stand up for ourselves. Sometimes we have to. It's obvious you didn't want to respond. I've always, it's people would always like me when I was growing up. Not always, but people have told me throughout my life, like, why don't you stick up for yourself? People like take advantage of you, like you're too nice to people. Well, then I do stick up for myself, and I tell people, please, and I'm not mad at anybody who emailed me stuff at all, because they maybe didn't hear it, or it's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying, I just want you guys to know I have a very good idea what is ethical, what is right, what's wrong, and I'm a very sensitive person. So if I can pretty much guarantee that when it comes to like emotions and stuff like that, and how I treat somebody else, I've always treated others. I think of others more than myself, and I do realize that it's not the best thing to do. So I understand that. That's why I give certain people warnings. If you don't want to be in the chat, I let people know up front what the live's going to be about, and it's totally fine that you disagree with it, but just don't email me, please, telling me what to do, because I kind of look at it as a little rude. I mean, I'm not trying to, but how many times, and there was only a couple that did this, and I'm not mad at them all. I can't even remember the names right this second. So I'm not even thinking of anybody right now. But how many times do you think I get emails like that? Every day. I don't know, Polly Blood. She won't come over here. She'll probably try to get me over there so that I could get, I trust myself for her to come over here more. I just feel like I'm a more fair person. I just can tell that. Her people could come over here, and we could make sure nobody's blocked, so it's fair, so it's not just all my people attacking her. But sorry, I get distracted. But I do know what, I mean it. I'm not mad at anybody. I just would ask that people don't like email me long emails and telling me that me responding to, I kind of find it offensive, because it's almost like these people are telling me that I should just be a doormat. Sometimes I'm like I think one of the people I didn't really recognize, I think they might have been a little bit of a newer person, and they actually were, yeah. And I don't think that they probably have witnessed what was going on and for how long. Thank you, Why Dreaming. But I feel like when people say those things to me, or these emails, when it's when I clearly say during the live that I know, like, I this doesn't make me feel good like people think it does. I hate like being mean to people. And I even said that in the live. So I don't need people like emailing me and telling me that the same thing. Like, I know it. I made the decision and it happened. And, and if I'm pushed to that extent again, I can't promise that I wouldn't do it, but I just don't think it's fair that people think I should just be this like punching bag and not ever stick up for myself. I mean, I have to give myself props. I re-listen. I never listen to my lives. I re-listen to that one because I got an email. Do you ever listen to yourself? So I re-listened to it. I was like, all I could do was freaking clap the whole time. I'm like, oh my gosh, you go, girl. I was proud of myself. And I'm a very humble person. I actually don't find myself anything about myself really like better than anybody else. But I'm just saying, I think for that, I did a really good job sticking to being confident in what I was saying, because it can be difficult, like having people try to say, oh, should you, well, you know how many emails I got too? I got way more emails telling me that they were proud of me. Yeah, they said proud. A lot of people said it because they don't like seeing me freaking have to be the one that always has to take the L, Like, I have to leave YouTube for 5 days in hopes that it will stop, Like, I try everything. I go to court. I do everything. I'm the one that's actually trying. And JTR, I have no idea what I ever supposedly did to you. Like, I thought for sure we would have found out she was like a creator that I had, or somebody I had got into it with before, but nope. Yeah, I understand. People don't understand too. It's very, very hard to put yourself in the shoes of somebody that you've never been. Like, and I think that too with when it comes to Dawn and Candace. I try to. Could I ever really know what they're going through, or somebody who's missing a child goes through? No, but I can research it, and I can use common sense and critical thinking, and I can compare and contrast to in comparison to other parents that we've seen in the past, and see, compare their behavior with others. And usually when there's smoke, there's fire. She got the dumpster out to attack me? Really? Oh, I don't think, no, I can't imagine that you would ever be a mean person, Ocean Angel. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, guys. And I'm sorry for anybody who, I'm sure that there was a few of you that I could tell you, it's honestly not my favorite thing. I thought when I first started this channel that maybe a little bit of drama would be fun, but I didn't think like that. That's not what I was talking about. I mean, the real life stuff. I meant more like how my live was. Like, that was fun. I want to say, too, that a family member of the person I took to court, their child, was defending under that post. That, did you guys all watch that video, that 1-minute video? I just find it a really poor taste, and I'm sorry to even. I mean, it is so sad that somebody would. I cannot imagine how my daughter coming on here, and I'm not trying to be mean. It just really, it hurts my heart for that child, for her and the child, because I'm like, it really does, because even though this child is an adult, to encourage them to basically be your cheerleader, to encourage them to do bad behavior it's not the behavior that this person had. I mean, it is appalling. But they had the comment was the reason why I mentioned it. It was disgusting me. It really, I mean, I don't know why anybody would encourage their child to, and I saw that same child under a different account, under their real actual name, in that channel, in a clip. And it was definitely encouraged for the kid to be there and participate. And they were kind of, yeah, it was horrible. It really. What am I doing here? I was looking for, my history, my YouTube history. I was going to look up real quick because I want to pull up this video. I mean, I'm not going to play it because this is about summer. I mean, we talk about whatever here, it's fine, but I just think it's very, very, very poor taste to have a child. I would see, and I know, like, everybody wants people supporting them, and the more, and the child was under a name that nobody would recognize, but I did because, well, for various reasons. I'm not going to explain it, but I recognized it as their nickname. But they were acting like they were just a regular viewer, because they were talking like, what I've seen of Ziggy is that she's the bully. And she's the one that started it first. She's the one that I just saw her. She doxed her family, and she was really mean doing it. Now, if you saw that, and if you randomly saw that, yeah, you would probably think that. If you didn't see the stuff beforehand, or no, you would probably think, man, that's not cool. It wasn't cool either way, but it's definitely not cool to just, if out of nowhere, just do that. But once again, guys, I was doxxed first. And for over, I think it was close to 2 months before I ever even did a video. when my absolute breaking point with that situation was when my background was showed, and which that wasn't the real, because it had already been showed, but when she pulled up my daughter's biological father's name on the screen and the protection order, I mean, I was like, that's it. Let's see what we can find on her, because I can tell. I mean, you guys, I know so much more now. I wish I could. I'm not going to get into it, but I mean, the hypocrisy, especially with the animal thing, as far as Athena mentioning anything about me having a puppy. I mean, oh my God, if you guys knew what I knew, yeah. And then saying things about how I owed money. It was like a few $100s, I think I had on, that they found that I owed for a case from, well, it was either 10, 15, or 20 years ago, because that's when my only misdemeanor charges were. I'm telling you, that is like the hypocrisy in that, to say, even make a big deal just because I owe a couple hundred or a few $100s, compared to, I mean, I'm not gonna do it, because obviously I'm not. But wow, kind of wish I could show you guys what I know now. It's just it's, you can't sit there and show my mug shots, my background, and not expect it in return. And I just, okay. So today, Benny talked about on his channel something that somebody had texted me about earlier, and I was trying to decide how I was going to mention it to everybody, because I mean, how do you, first of all, anytime you talk about the boys, especially me, because of the whole CPS thing, that people think I release reports, and so they're already sensitive over it. So I was thinking, how am I gonna, say this? And I mean, I could say it, but how am I going to be able to say, for you guys to believe it? I can't, there's nothing really I could show to prove it, but so it was actually, I got it was at 6:30 Thursday. The state is moving to terminate Dawn and Candace's parental rights. Please pray that the boys aren't moved away from us. We always thought this would be a happy time, but it's actually scary. So, and that is the same lady that was in that video that I had you guys watch. That it's not that person that's talking. I don't know who that creator is that made that couple-minute video, but they're referring to this person who was. It was an awkward it didn't go like how we wanted, because really she was trying to be really careful, but she was on my channel before. and she is the mother of a boy who is very good friends with one of the Wells boys in their new location. And she always occasionally like messages me things. I had messaged her asking her if she has seen that video and like what, because I couldn't understand it, because I didn't understand. There was part of it that the creator had, and I can share the clip if you haven't seen it. It's only a minute and like 40 seconds or something. So if you want to watch it real quick so you can see what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to play it here because it's about somebody we don't talk about here. So it's just some channel called Spartan Sarah. So this is the clip that I'm talking about right here. Hold on, guys. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. Is Yennefer in here? Because I wanted to tell her what my daughter just came over and asked me. Right, Mary Deethy. I agree. Thank you so much. Anyways, Yennefer, if you hear this, you're going to be very proud of my daughter, what she just came up and asked me. Because Yennefer introduced us to a restaurant in Tennessee while we were down there called Pal's. Never heard of it. It's like a fast food place, but I don't know, it's kind of a big hit. It's like a local attraction almost. Dryer balls. Nope. I've never used dryer balls, but no, she took us to Pal's for, actually, 2 people suggested we eat there. Christy and Yennefer. It was funny because they basically suggested it. Like Christy text basically right around the same time that Yennefer was talking about how we had to go to Pal's. So my daughter loved that place. Anyways, I had contacted this lady because I was asking her if she had seen that couple-minute video. And I was trying to see, there was a little bit of it I don't understand what they're referring to. And they also forgot to mark out one of the names, and it was the name Andrea. And I was like, I was asking her who that is, and she knows who it is. But I didn't know who it was. But for the most part, the person had correct in the video well, the truth is I know it. So she did message a little bit more. Because I messaged her and said, oh, wait. It's not the message. I'm like, what? That doesn't look. So I just said, oh no. I mean, because she's like, they did not want. The reason why she reached out to me, by the way, guys, is she got so much, I guess she got so much shit in some kind of group. So I don't know what group it was, what platform, but she came out and had mentioned something about like the abuse the boys had gone through, and this was before my video in September, and she got like trashed for it, I guess, according to her. She said that people didn't believe her. They were calling her a liar and all that. So she said, like, and I didn't know her at that time, of course, because I was probably not even on YouTube yet. And then she said, when I did my video on this, she said the people in the group that she was in were, of course, throwing a fit about my video that they were trying to say is CPS reports. And she went and watched it thinking that she would be upset. And then she was like, well, that's not exactly what people are saying. But she said she was thankful that actually, she said that was the very first time that anybody came out and basically backed up what she was saying, even though, we can't say for a fact it was facts, but it seems like a lot of the information was. And so that's why she reached out to me, I guess, is what she said. I don't even remember how she reached out to me. It's been a while. But she did come on the channel one time. I could find the video, but it was really kind of awkward because I didn't want to ask like any questions that were too personal, and I think she was kind of worried to say too much. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to ruin anything for like the foster parents or anything. You guys are still talking about dryer balls. Hey, CG, or wait, KC girl. So let me see, I'll go ahead and read the other messages to her. I sent her that clip and asked her if she had seen it. She said, I haven't watched YouTube in a while. Andrea is well, I don't know if I should say this because of okay, she said, there's part of this I have to redact just because I don't want to. She said that, because when I asked her who this Andrea was, she said it is. So there was somebody who reached out to this person, this lady, I guess this Andrea lady, and tried to get them to sneak photos of the boys. So there was a creator who was trying to find somebody through Facebook who looked like they had kids that go to the same school as the Wells boys. And they were trying to find somebody who would agreed to sneak photos of the boys and told a bunch of stuff to a lady on YouTube. So that must be Molly Golightly, that the channel that it happened on, the same that this lady in that 1 minute or 2 minute video that we watched, because in that video she was saying also that it happened on Molly Golightly, and she's looking for somebody named Teresa. I guess the girl's name was supposedly Teresa, that was trying to get, I guess she pretended to be a PI, but somehow somebody decided it sounded better to say that it was Ziggy who pretended to be a PI. I don't even know if that's actually the one that pretended to be a PI, because there's actually two creators involved with this situation. And I know one of them. And I'm not going to say, but I know one of them. But so this person's kid was one of the ones another YouTuber contacted on Facebook to get info on the boys. So another creator was able to somehow track down that person that was on Molly's and contact one of her children, trying to get info on the boys, which I'm sorry, whoever did that, that was not cool. And I was told that it was this person I was told months ago that it was this person who actually pretended to be the PI and was contacting DCS and stuff too. And they were actually trying to throw JTR, or not JTR, JRL. What's his name? The one that went with Molly and them. They were actually trying to put it on him and say they said they were working for him. He was like, I don't even really know that person. I mean, I know of him, but he got questioned over it from what I hear. JLR. So supposedly JLR was questioned by the TBI or the FBI because of this creator blaming, basically saying that they were working for JLR. But actually, it's very, very smart why they did that. Because at the same time, that's when all the stuff, when that group was down there. So that's why this person used that person, because they knew that everybody would believe it. That everybody would believe that it was JLR or Molly or Betty, or so they said they were working for them and that they were a private investigator. But that lady that was over on, I guess, I'm trying to keep this as simple. This is what she's saying. She said that lady that was supposed to get pics of the boys ended up not, backing out, thankfully, and did not take pictures of the boys, which is definitely the best move. I don't know how much money was being offered, but she was going to be paid. And these are two different people. I don't even know, is this Teresa person even really a creator? I don't even know if we could say two creators, because was this person that was over on Molly's a creator? She said, I'm the only one who has openly admitted to talking. The others pretended like they were tricked into talking when her husband raised hell. And that's why I came right out and admitted I was talking to someone, but I initiated contact. I was mad when people were helping raise money to help those kids back to help those kids go back to that hellhole. I don't know how she was tricked. And then she goes on to tell me who she thinks that this Spartan Sarah is. And that's probably right. I don't know this person, but I think I've seen that name. Guys, I can't worry about if people are, about others. Like, I mean, as far as what they'll say about me, I don't want to, I'm not going to walk on eggshells anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to be myself, and that's it. You know, I get like, especially certain ones of you, like, well, several of you are just have my best interests. Sorry, I'm just saying this because I just got a message about to be careful about something, and I just wanted to say, like, I just don't like to. They are just worried that basically a certain person's going to come after me about, but I can't worry about that. You know, I mean, I'm done. I'm gonna just do me, and I'll try to make the best decisions. But I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to say things I probably shouldn't sometimes. It's normal. Like, all humans do it, you know? So I'm just trying to actually just be more accepting of myself and realizing it's okay. Like, and it's normal that not everybody's going to like me. And that's totally normal. And it's actually a small percentage compared to what I have here. I just have to remember that. So I guess that she believes that creator, the one that put out that video, is defending this Andrea person. She said she's worried about the boys going into permanent placement. And she sent me another message. I don't know if she was listening on here. I did respond to her. I just asked her, like, will they let the family that has them right now adopt them? And I tried to explain what was going over on Benny's, because she said she hasn't watched YouTube for a while. Sorry, I'm reading. We don't know. It's not for sure that the boys. Oh, it's 333 in chat, guys. We don't know for a fact that the boys can't be moved from where they're at. Actually, she responded to that saying, I mean, because I wanted to know. I know she told me that that they were considering adopting the boys and wanting to. They were considering it. You lived through prayer garden. You can. That's true. But I will tell you that the other more recent situation is actually, like, way worse. I mean, prayer garden was obsessive, but not to that degree. No. I don't know if anybody can match that. So this last message said, it's already determined. She said it's already decided that they're terminating their rights. There's a court date set. The current family is licensed to foster, to adopt, and they do want to adopt the boys. It's up to the courts. So, I mean, I would think that they would be looked at favorably because the boys have already, are already adjusted there and stuff. So, I would think that that would be a definite plus. And I don't think there's going to, unless there's any family that comes up and, I don't think that's going to probably happen. So, it looks like, I think the foster parents probably have a really good shot. But like she said, it's obviously up to the court. And they know things that we don't, obviously. And have access to everything. I mean, I think it works. It was devastating to hear that, when Benny said that, or was it Shannon? One of them said that, or claimed to have heard Candace or Grandis say, because Candace and Grandis supposedly got in an argument because Grandis had opened her mouth and started, said some things that Candace didn't think she should, like saying that she thinks Dawn did something to Summer. And Candace got really mad that Grandis said that, and she freaked out on her, I guess. And basically, was like, Granda's like, I can't stay here. It sounded like she was scared because Dawn was actually, from what Benny and Shannon say, like, he was actually messing with Grandis. Like, she was in her trailer and he was like shaking it and messing with her. I mean, that would be scary. You have a guy that you think is possible of hurting a child, their own child, and he's now knows that you're telling people you think he did it. That would be kind of scary. So she was saying like she didn't want to stay there. Well, right, Angelita, that's true. We don't know if it's like women's or men's pants. That's true, but I would think size 14 is definitely it could be size 14 women's pants. But when Summer went missing, I don't think that Candace could have fit into a size 14. She can now, for sure, because she's lost a lot of weight, but she's probably more like a 12 now or something. What was I going to say about the Benny thing? There was something I wanted to say about the situation when Grandis start getting scared. But what was my point with that? I had a point that I want to share with you guys. Oh, yeah. She was for sure definitely bigger than size 14 when Summer went missing. I mean, she wore her clothes baggy, too. Right. That's why people are thinking as boys, 14s. But who knows why they would have taken something like that. I mean, it could be many reasons. What if the clothes were found like somewhere outside in a weird area or something, and that's why they got collected? It doesn't mean it's just pointing to a certain person. I don't think we can determine that because we don't know the context of the situation. We just have a list, right? Was there any context given? I wouldn't think that they would put notes on there with. We don't know why those certain items were taken, so we can't like say that it's trying. That their police believe it's one person over the other, or they know that, or they suspect like it's. We have to know some context, like were these I could just imagine like maybe they were found somewhere like out. There's all kinds of freaking toys like and trash that's like been thrown down that hill at the side of their house. Um Compared to but why would they want to do that? Just to what? Compare DNA against. I mean, I guess people are. I guess some people are trying to assume that there was some type of accident with one of the boys or something in summer. I don't. But I don't. Guys, I don't. There's no. I don't think so. I don't think they would have known that at that time. If they knew, if they were so confident and that there was some kind of accident with one of the boys, I just don't think so. But that's just I mean, let me see what you guys are saying. It looked like the clothes in the single shoe was inside one bag, which was inside another bag. Clothes in a single shoe. I think if it was true, one of the boys would have said something by now. Kids can't hold on to that kind of thing. Right. Well, and then what would make them suspect one boy over the others? Because he's the oldest? Like, is that what logic they're going on? You have to go think of that too. Like, there has to be a reason. Kid's bag was packed as if he was running away from home. Oh. It would not be unusual in that house for each other's DNA to be on everything in that house. So they could differentiate between the boys since in Summers. Yeah, they probably had to go. I remember it being said that Candace like claimed to have didn't have anything with Summer Scent, claimed to have watched everything. They're like, okay, shoes. What they have to do? Go. They probably found that in the yard somewhere. That's probably like. Oh, nobody implied accident. That's probably true. The clothes probably would fit all of them. The boys were lucky because they had each other's, like, they could get. I mean, maybe not lucky. They don't. I mean, they didn't realize at this age, but lucky that they, especially the youngest ones, because they could wear the others' clothes, be passed down, and they didn't have. Summer didn't have like as much. It seemed like she didn't even have shoes. Her shoes look like clown shoes on her. They look like they should have been Candace's. One girl's shoe size 11. Hey, Jen P. I let girls wear boy clothes if they want to. Yeah, they could do that too, but Summer was like a lot littler than even the youngest boy. So it would be a while. I mean, unless they put like a big t-shirt on her, like one of the t-shirts, because it did seem like they didn't have much as far as clothes and stuff for Summer. I know she was in giant shoes. Nicely done. That's what I was talking about. Like the boys seemed to have shoes and had a little bit nicer things, but it would be easier because when you're struggling financially, it would be easier when the boys can all, share clothes or it, wear the older boy above them's clothes or whatever. Summer, like when you could buy an outfit for the boys weren't really that much different. I don't think they really cared. Don and Candace really cared about if the youngest boy or the middle boy's clothes were like baggy on them, because look at the shoes that Summer wore on an outing. I mean, that shows that she didn't have any shoes at all. To put her in shoes that were like adult size, it was crazy. But I'd understand, like, not everybody has the means. I get it. But hey, Yaya. They said she was a tomboy. She could have worn hand-me-downs from. Yeah, that's true. But didn't Jose say there were tons of? Yes, he did say that. He did say that. He did. Jose did say something about there being a lot of clothes. Yep, she said she bought the outfit she had with the milk jugs at a yard sale. But also, who was it that recently said that outfit that they saw Summer in? Was it Jose that said it, or was it Allie, or was it the neighbors that said that outfit that Summer was wearing in that picture was the nicest outfit they ever seen Summer in? Which, I think we could even tell that if we just look at pictures. Is there a reason? Was there some kind of special occasion that day that she knew, that Candace knew sorry guys, when I start to get tired, I get kind of jumbly with my words. There are some people who are like that. You always, when our, parents or grandparents pass away, you put them in their nicest outfit. But hopefully, surely, like, I would hope that Candace wasn't putting her in that because I don't know, I'd be preparing for something like that. I hope to God not. But I wouldn't think that. I don't even like to go there, But it does make you wonder, why did she put her in that outfit, like her only nice outfit? It wasn't like she was really cared much about cleanliness, though. It would have been nothing for her to just have Summer wear the outfit again, even if she wore it all day. She probably wouldn't think anything of it, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think of it from. Yes, I am really talking about the boys again. And I'm going to talk about whatever I want. And I'm going to share your email because guess what, guys? What do I say here? Those who have been around here for a while know this person has to know. I say it every time, and I warn people every time. Send me a horrible email, and I just might share it with everybody because I like to share the laughs, so you can maybe see how ridiculous you sound. I don't think you've actually listened to what we have been talking about. Oh, this is this. Oh my gosh. I remember the name because no, yes, I will share that. Thank you for bringing it up. Thank you. Why don't you just ask that in chat? Wow, you pay attention, Jesse Balls. I'll show you guys. Sorry, but oh, this is you're freaking some girl in Missouri. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so smart. No wonder you're so jealous of me. I'm just kidding, guys. It's one of my 3 stalkers. She's number 3, closely rolling into number 2. I just figured out I just remembered, yeah, that name because she messed up. And last time she emailed me from her, what she's trying to do right now is be like, you remember me? You remember me? Please say my name. Please say my name so I can get subs and views from your content and make money off you. Seems to be working for some others. Maybe I can jump on the bandwagon, just like this other bitch who's like grandma age and should be wiser than me that did a video today to jump on the bandwagon because she only has a few hundred subs and she thinks she'll grow her channel too off of me because it worked for others. I mean, it's sickening. I can't stand when people go after creators that have more subs or anybody who, whoever's the popular one to talk about right at the time that gets some views. They do it only for the purpose of growing their channel, and it's absolutely disgusting. I just kind of gives me the same feeling as people who worship money because I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up this email for you guys so I can go over this because it's a good question. Some girl in Missouri. You should have just asked it here because I'm glad you brought it up because but come on. I'm glad you really pay attention that well. And it's actually shocking. It's actually a little bit scary that I have people in here that actually, you guys are slacking. This girl, no, actually what it shows me is that she's really a psycho. To remember this, this shows me how much she's been watching me. That even she recognized this over people that are. Oh, that picture, it keeps freaking. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm trying to pull up the picture here. Here, let me close out some of these tabs. Maybe that's why. I have too many open. But she titled the email, and I truly mean it. I'm glad she brought this up because that is a good point. Oh, once I can get it up here, I will. Okay, let me try this again. I don't understand why it's. I have to edit it though, or just keeps. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a picture of it. I'm gonna have to just do it on my phone and talk to you guys while I'm doing that because I don't know what's been going on with my computer lately. But it's like every time I pull up the screenshot or whatever that I did with my computer, it just like goes back down and it's hard to explain. I cannot believe this girl remembers. You are, wow. It kind of is scary. I mean, it really is to know the extent that these people like watch your every moment. Impressive, but scary. I mean, I'm thank you for being like my number one fan. It's actually flattering, but it's not very healthy. Just gotta edit up the name and email. And the only reason why I'm entertaining this is because it's kind of a good point. You thought you were going to catch me in a lie, didn't you? That's not a lie. It's actually funny that you freaking. I mean, I guess technically it's a lie, but it was to cover. It was totally for to cover the person's identity. So obviously I wasn't going to go on here and we weren't going to say at that time, oh, she's this person. And I'll show you more like once I have it pulled. You'll understand more what I'm talking about here in a second once I get this. You know what she's calling me a liar over? Let me make sure though that maybe I should read it before I didn't even really read it to see. I'm not watching your shit. Actually, I will freaking no. You're doing this to try to get people to go to your channel. Are you seriously freaking trying to get views off my channel? This person seriously. This is sickening. That is exactly why you sent me this. Is you were hoping that I would do this, weren't you? So that people would go to your channel and watch your videos. That suck, by the way. And her whole channel is about me. Okay, yeah, I can show this. Are you? Yeah. I think it's funny that you're saying, are you really talking about the boys again? You should talk, psycho. Are you really talking about me again? How often do you do videos on me? Please. I mean, that's hypocritical, like most you people. Not you guys, but these type of people. So let me read this and then I'll answer the question. I'm not afraid of any question. You guys should never be afraid to ask me any question. If you see something that you feel is inconsistent with something I've said before, please speak up. I swear I won't. I mean, don't say it in a rude way like this, thing, but say it a respectful way. Just be like, wait, didn't you say? Because I would never purposely lie about something. So always, if you see a contradiction in something I've said, please ask me respectfully. Like, don't be afraid to speak up and be like, hey, like, because I am very confident in the fact that am all about being honest. I preach it all the time. I was preached it when I was growing up nonstop. So I have no problem with somebody saying, well, didn't you say this one? Because if I did say something different, then that means it was a mistake or there's got to be a reason, I would tell you. No, we know who it is. I just said who it is, Cindy. It's it's the just a girl person. She's riding on the coattail of the other two lunatics, hoping that she can also get monetized off of me. But I'm sorry. I don't think you have what it takes. So she says, let me remind you how you supposedly met the source you are speaking on at this very moment. She came up on your panel and you said, oh, you're not the lady I've been talking to. She said, no, I'm her friend. Anyways, let's make this simple. I made a video of it. So if you can't remember, go watch it. Now I know, and you know that you know exactly who Erica is. So why don't you just tell your viewers the truth, Ziggy? Okay, I meant, sure. You caught me. If that's who it is, Mama Bird, she's emailed me before this type of stuff. Man, you really caught me. I'm sure that video is a freaking knee slapper. Come on, think about it realistically, Miss Balls. That's literally her name. Think about it. Why would somebody do that? Use your freaking common sense. And many of you might be lost because you might not remember. She's talking about this person who was on my panel one time, who spoke about her child being a friend of the boys. And then I said, playing it off, oh, are you the lady that I talked to? We played it off because we were trying to find the best way to go about it. This is so dumb. I can't even believe this. Obviously, she did not want to be attacked. I don't understand how you don't get that. It was to keep the heat off her. I don't care about, I was asking her, are you sure that you want me to Just come out right out and say exactly who you are. So we played it off like she just hopped up randomly on the panel because of the situation, because everybody gets so, especially since at the timing, it was right after everybody was freaking out about this CPS, what they call a CPS video. So everybody was extra sensitive. So it was just to protect her. It was nothing, some big conspiracy, Miss Balls. It was just to, that's it. So, but hey, I am glad that you brought it up because I had forgot about that. And I don't mind people knowing that. Yeah, she remembers that woman's name. She's a stalker. She remembers this incident, like everything. She even knows her name. She goes and finds it. Probably been watching my videos all day, just trying to find that one moment. Because let's be honest, my videos are not very titled very I guess correctly, or how would you say it, in a way that makes it easy to reference back and find where things are. I didn't do good with like editing titles afterwards to what actually happened, because a lot of times we'll have a title and say like something is going to happen and then it turns into something like totally different, and I wasn't changing titles, and so now it's a freaking nightmare finding anything that has occurred on this channel, because it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It truly is. Tell her I will be happy to go over and listen to her long enough to report her for harassment. I'm getting so tired of these bitches that they need to get hobbies. I don't know. I haven't even checked out her channel in a long time, but I'm sure it's still all me. I'm gonna look. I'm not gonna put it up on the screen just because I'm not gonna give her. She's probably so excited. Oh my god! Oh my god! Ziggy's gonna. She's looking at my channel. I don't even know what it is. I can't even find it, so never mind. I don't know why it. Maybe it's because I put spaces. Yeah, there it is. Whoa! Well, she's moved on to a little bit more others, but let's count how many videos she has. I see one on Ernie and one on, there was a time when she kind of veered off to JLR and Betty and Paranormal Invite. Just like she has this whole thing where she has a video that's titled Ziggy Forgot She Was Married. Felony scam. That's a felony? I didn't know it was your business. Do I have to tell you if I've been married before? Why do you feel like you're entitled to my whole life? Why? Because I count myself as not ever being married before? That's a problem. I tell people that in my real life too. So you think I do that purposely to lie to people? No, that's how I feel. That's why I say it, because that's how I feel. Oh my God. Oh, thank you so much, Tawanda. That does help so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was really sweet. I think Tawanda was like, didn't want me to. I don't know if you saw my message I sent you. I sent you a long message earlier, Tawanda. I didn't mean to put that. I want to change the emoji I used. Well, whatever. I didn't mean to put that one. Tawanda, if you're listening, I sent you a message earlier in Discord. Tawanda's message kind of, or Cashapp kind of came at the perfect timing to calm me down, so I wouldn't. What I was going to say about her video, about the whole marriage thing, I don't feel like that's, you're calling me a liar because I told you I told everybody I have never been married before. I mean, don't you think that's a little pathetic? And after hearing the reasoning, don't you understand? I mean, it was short-lived. And yeah, I just felt, I have always been one of those that have never wanted to get married. Oh, thank you, Tawanda. Thank you so much. So that's my prerogative, and it's not because I'm lying. I mean, I guess you could, if you're talking technically, yes, it's lying because, yeah, legally I have, but in my heart, I wasn't. And that's what's important, is your heart, and that's what God looks at, is your heart. Some people don't even have ceremonies. They just, they have, just regular ceremonies at home and make a promise between them and God, and that's it. Oh no, what's going on? Nobody's timed you out. What, did you get timed out yesterday, Sydney? I said your name wrong. It seems someone has sat around telling lies, making videos every single day, and those people don't know that you were targeted by them months before you responded. Ziggy was doxxed and stalked, yes. But, I don't think it matters. Like, I think they know this. They just don't want people to believe that. And here I am over here, like, all it does for me is I feel like, oh, I have to defend myself, and it gets exhausting, and it's like, whatever. If people are going to believe that about me, they're going to believe it. I don't feel like, defending it once is one thing, but constantly I annoy myself with it. So, let's see. What else did she, what else did she accused me? Ziggy and her over 40-hour-a-week live streams. That was 3 months ago. Do you think you should be talking on how many freaking videos you made of me? I'm not sure that you should really be talking, because, what do you get out of this? What do you get out of this channel? I know you can't be making hardly any money. You cannot be making more than, like, your views are like 100 views on each video. You have one here of mine. You have a few that ended up getting over 1,000 views about me. But for the most part, I think that they're telling you like you suck at it. I mean, you're not even making money on it, and you're not even supposedly, unless you have another channel, you're not even going live. So you're not even monetized, actually. You only have 329 subscribers. So what is the point to be this obsessive unless there is some kind of mental illness? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, now I'm racist. Oh, I'm racist. Okay. We'll get back to that one. 14. I think that's a lawsuit waiting to happen right there. 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This one, I'm sure, probably has some kind of, is kind of about me because you're referencing something that happened in my video. God, you're a stalker. Ziggy, stop spreading misinformation. Oh, how do you know how do you know it's misinformation? Thank you, Aisha. How about you stop spreading misinformation? Because it's misinformation for you to say it's misinformation. What is it? Me just going over something? I don't watch your freaking stuff. Oh, here's what she said in the comments. We'll just, instead of, it's one thing to speculate or discuss theories on what may have happened on the day Summer Wells disappeared, but telling people that you have an inside source who has told you what happened that day is another. What Ziggy says in this video is her own assumptions and opinions. Her source lives in her imagination. Oh, does it? But you just told me I had my source on my panel. So why are you spreading misinformation? You just contradicted yourself. Here under this video, you're telling me that I don't have a source, that I'm making it up. Now you want to accept it, but yet instead of just accept it because you're a hater and a jealous freak, you want to instead be like, okay, I accept it, but you're a liar? Excuse me, you're lying by saying my source lives in my imagination. That does not say, in my opinion. You're saying facts. Like, you're saying that as facts. Do I not talk as if I never say things as facts? Unless I know something like you're a psycho. That's a fact. But when it comes to the case or anything I talk about, I usually will say you probably get in the habit of saying as in my opinion or something like that, because I'm just saying I could totally, that stuff could totally get yourself in trouble. Oh no, why did Mama G? What is? I don't think Mama Bird G meant anything bad. I mean, I don't think I think that. I do like Mama Bird's comment. Can Ziggy can I ask you how many times you go to the bathroom, wipe your hiney, pick your nose, trim your nose hair, clean your ears? Sorry about, I think that I understand why people took her comment wrong though. I understand why the person did, but she's not talking about me. So sorry about that. You didn't say anything, Mama G. It was misunderstood. It's okay. It was just deleted. Good. You weren't timed out. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It was a misunderstanding. I snugglepuss. And I could say the same thing to you because you've been in here saying stuff like that. I mean, I'm glad that you tried to write your comment respectfully, but I just was in here or just saying if you were really respectful and you actually respected me, you, and if you've been listening, you would have heard me say, please don't tell me to, oh, do you think you should do this? I went over this earlier and yesterday. I'm no longer going to be walking on eggshells trying to please people. I'm going to be myself, which I feel like I try to be a good person. But like I said, sometimes I'm not going to always react to things like how you would think's okay. That's, but that's life. A lot people, we're all different individuals and react differently to things. And, and if it's just because I act in a way you wouldn't, doesn't mean like that makes me any like less than you or anything, or vice versa. Just because you act a different way, it just means that we deal with things differently. And I think that, yeah, stop tagging Ziggy for content. Oh, she dropped her phone. It's okay. She did. It's okay, Penelope. I know you didn't. I knew it either. It's okay. I saw the comment. I thought, was she trying to be mean? I'm like, no way. And after I rewrote it, I was like, so. All right. I know, Snuggle, but I was talking about this. You just got here. Okay. Well, I was talking about earlier this kind of same thing, how I get emails and comments like that all the time, like every day. And it doesn't matter what I do. And I usually try, but I know the last couple days I did go respond to JTR, and I know some people, I told people yesterday, I said, please don't email me and tell me that you're, do you think you should do this? I don't feel like you should do this. You did that. I hear it all the time, and it's really hard. Like I'm constantly hearing people say, like, no matter what I do, people don't agree with. Like, there's always going to be some that don't agree either way. I mean, we had somebody in here. We had people trying to ruin the giveaway. And I mean, you wouldn't think that could be, that anybody could have a problem with a giveaway. So just, and it's hard to understand. I know it's hard to understand for those who don't do YouTube and aren't haven't an experience like the things I have, and because it's so hard to understand. You would think, because I was kind of the same way, like, oh my God. And I still am, I guess, sometimes, like, I wouldn't do it. That's not how I would react, or this. But you really never know unless you're in that exact position with all the same components and variables. It's like, there's a lot of things context that goes into it. How long have these people been doing this to you? Have they doxed you before? I mean, that's not, and I'm not saying that it's always good to, I was talking about this earlier anyways. I'm just, Well, Angelita, I think people there was a few people that were really trying to watch my every move like I was gonna cheat or something. Did you really use your real picture? Why? You are so weird. You are so strange. That is so weird. Why would you? Okay, I'm gonna scroll it in, and then I'll show it. Why would you put your pic? That is strange. What is the point of that? That's creepy. Are you trying to be in a relationship with me? Is that like the closest you could ever get to me, and that's why you did that? That's so. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like creeped out, and I'm being legit. I'm not even just trying to be funny. I'm trying to at all. It's a little creepy. Why? The video is not even about you. Why do you have a picture of yourself next to me in your thumbnail? It's so weird. I'm guessing that's you. Oops. We're not going to watch your freaking. You're welcome for the view I just gave you, by the way. I just find it strange that. What are you trying to accomplish there? What's it say in the bullseye? I can't figure out how to use this computer yet. And it drives me crazy. Like the mouse thing. I'm trying to read what it says in the middle here, because maybe that will explain why she put her picture next to me like we're a couple or something. I think that's as big as it's going to get. It says, I'm the trick. Not many people who can. Does it say read this small or something? I'm here to. Oh, is it? I'm here. Something about trick. Not many people can read this small. Okay. So that didn't really. So are you pointing? Is that pointing to you? Is that supposed to mean like you're like, are you comparing me to or something to you, or are you to me? We look cute together. No comment. I'm gonna, because if I mess up and if I say anything, I'm gonna look like a hypocrite, because I always say you should never go after somebody's looks like this person does. She does all over. Ziggy says, check these 3 states. Really? I did? What are you talking about? When did I say check these 3 states? Ziggy says, check these 3 states. I'm not going to play it, but I don't know what you mean. I don't remember ever telling people to check 3 states. But why did you put your picture there? What's that have to do with the video? You're telling, it's funny because you have it as Ziggy grow up, but yet you have my picture on the left and yours on the right, almost looking like you have a hand pointing to you, like that. It looks like something like a middle schooler would do. Like, and what is this like pointing? Your thumbnail skills suck. I'm sorry. I'm just confused. Does anybody understand? Yeah. Is that a horse? I don't know what we're looking at. I don't understand what the yellow, is that a hand that's pointing to her? Is that a bear that's pointing to you, like a bear's head? Is it? I don't. I'm seriously not even trying to be funny. It just doesn't make sense to me to put a picture of yourself in a video that's not about you. And I didn't give you permission to use my image either, which, you know, you're not supposed to do that, but I'm sure you don't care. Because I could already tell your moral compass is quite faltered. Is it melted butter? It does look like melted butter. It's a good pick of you, those 6. Well, at least it's not the worst one. I guess I've seen people usually try to pick the worst ones, you know, which is typical. Are you triggered? I don't know why this girl, like, it's and not just her. There's a couple others that do it too. Well, several others that do this kind of behavior. Why would you reach out and contact me? Again, I have never, ever reached out and contacted you. Ever. None of you guys. So why are you contacting me randomly? Is it to just be like, I'm still here? Did you forget about me? You haven't talked about me in like 2 months. It does make it seem like you're trying to get view or subs on your channel. But the thing is, that's not the only way to get subs. Like, your content actually has to be good. I don't even think I've watched a full. I watched. Let's see, how many have I watched? I can be honest, because you'll see the red thing where I watched it. Okay, so here it looks like I watched one on Bolt. Looks like I watched Stops, or I just pulled up that one and this one. Are these the same? Those are 2 the same. How is that double? That's the same. And I just opened that one. So I saw this one because that's before I knew that she was going to be turned into the Careful, Ziggy, we'll find out who you are. I didn't watch that. So why does it show red like that? What is this? I didn't even watch this. Oh, I pulled it up.
You have a whole group this time.
Oh my God. Really? You don't even talk? You just play my voice?
And she said, I see you have also extensive.
Oh my God, dude. No wonder your videos don't do good. Nobody wants to freaking listen to that. That's annoying. Seriously, you can't even, that doesn't even do any purpose besides just like make fun of me. Like, seriously. And nobody, it's not even like a funny make fun of somebody. It's like lame. It's just speeding up my voice to chipmunk. Like, it's a major fail. I'm not even, I mean it. Like, that's all you do is just speed up my voice and put,
I won't admit. Like she says, I won't admit that I got the information.
Oh my God, that's so annoying. I can't. Ziggy explains how she tricked her stalker. Okay. I can already tell you, I'm sure I know who's in the comment sections of this video. Oh, here we go. Look, let's revisit Ziggy and the Bones apology. Oh, why did you do that? Did you have a video that you did on me about the bones and it did give you a lot of views or something? Or was I not going live and you had to recycle my content? Look, the racist piggy. You don't do you think that that's slander? Do you have proof that I'm a racist? You know I can that somebody can sue for that, right? Because that's called slander. Do you have proof that I'm a racist? There better be proof in this video that I'm a racist. Like absolute proof I'm a racist. The title says it all. Is that really just a girl? The title says it all? I don't think so. It says nothing. It says it's an accusation. That is slander. You can't just say somebody's racist just because you want to make. I have never said anything racist on this channel, ever. I don't ever say any. I don't think I've ever said anything that could be twisted into racism, unless you're talking about when I said that the word ghetto. Is that what you're talking about? When I said that about somebody, that's the only thing I can think of. And that's a big stretch because I don't feel like that is racist at all. Because I think it's racist to call me racist for saying that. You know why? Because that means that you're basically saying that only one type of race is ghetto. And that's you being racist, not me. I don't look at anybody can be that way. It's not one race. The fact that you're saying that it's one race, that I'm talking about one race and it makes me racist, you're the racist. Because you're saying only a certain type of person can be ghetto. I'm sorry, that's just how I look at it. That's what happens when you hold a fart in too long, it causes shitty thoughts. Heck, I live in the ghetto, so I guess I'm racist too. I said, and I don't even, the reason why I'm not repeating it, because I don't want to, cause problems with this creator again, We've moved past it. I apologized to her. She apologized to me for the things for the videos she made and stuff, and we've moved forward on it. So, me like rehashing it and saying why because if I said it like what I said, then I know I'm gonna have to feel like I'm gonna have to say why I did it, because just the ADD in me, I guess. No, I'm pretty much done, actually. That's why I'm not really. I'm pretty much about done here, guys. I don't really have anything else to go over. I wanted to share that with you guys about what she said. And download it. All I have to do is take a picture of it. That's all I have to do, really. I mean, that's enough. Even the content, just the title alone is enough for for somebody to claim slander. People think that they can, because of freedom of speech and stuff like that. And you're so wrong. Yeah, we have freedom of speech, but there's consequences to our actions too. You can't just like go around saying things about somebody as if they're fact. Because there's a lot of, believe it or not, there's a lot of people in this community who just go by, they hear something and they believe it. And it's crazy. I never realized it. I mean, I knew people did that, obviously, but I didn't know it was to this extent. Like, I thought people, and the people that they believe too is like the most, a lot of times okay, for example, using myself as an example, when we were joking around about giving my dog chocolate, it was like a running joke here, chocolate and Diet Coke. Do you guys know how many freaking hate emails I got because of that? How it's not good for dogs to give them chocolate and Diet Coke. And these people totally believed it. As kind of an example, but that's a little bit different, I guess. But it's still believing something without actually using your common sense and critical thinking, taking everything into context about the situation, how their tone, the situation. I think people hear that. It must be people who come in and they just hear me say it and they get so pissed that they turn it off, and then they just email me some hateful email and they have no idea what we were talking about. And it's not the email. I don't care about the email. Sorry, I find kind of humorous sometimes, but I do find it offensive that people think I'm that dumb. Protect perpetrators rather than the victims, but claim to be victim advocates, right? If somebody really believes that, that just makes me wonder what happened to natural selection. We totally need to go back to that. People are so stupid nowadays. Nuh-uh, Candace is on Dolly Vision. Now that's a channel I can promote. Who is a good person. I don't promote this trash. I'm sorry. If you were a good person, if you were really needing, because especially since you have my favorite number of subscribers right now, if you're really if you really are desperate to grow your channel and you would have asked me, I love helping new channels. I would have helped grow your channel if you were doing something. Obviously, I'm not going to promote your channel when you're, I mean, I kind of did in a way, but not. She's not on here. Or was she on here earlier? Oh, is she in the chat? Is that what you're saying? Let me.
Just call her.
I don't want to stream. I better not stream them. That's not nice. I shouldn't stream them. I just, sorry. I just wasn't thinking. I was wanting to see if Candace was on there, and I don't see her anyways, but she's probably, let me see the chat, look in the chat. That might be what the person's talking about. I don't know. Please hold. Please hold. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, Rainy Cat. All right. Thank you guys for checking. Oh, God. What is she saying now? Just got done hearing from her ex-friend. Oh, really? Was Allie over on somebody's channel or something? I'm guessing PG's. At least you don't fake a face and a head injury so you don't have to show yourself live. How pathetic is that? I actually, well, I'm going to keep quiet. I would have liked to comment on that, but I'm trying to be the better person because I know actually what that really was from several sources. And there was somebody that saw a picture of her supposed injury, but it's not what she was saying. Of course not. Nothing's ever true what she says. So surprise, surprise. Tell you guys. Your comment, okay. I don't see your comment, Marlena. Is it way back there? I know it's common sense that you're not going to give your. You would think, but there was, and it wasn't just. I could understand like one person because I've definitely, have definitely done something. It's like, oh my God, duh, you know. For one, I'm the most unobservant person. It is absolutely ridiculous. I am so unobservant. So I can have those moments a lot where I'll say something that you would think was like, duh, you know, but I tried to talk really in a voice that was highly sarcastic when I would mention this chocolate and Diet Coke. I mean, I think just from hearing me talk, wouldn't you say I at least have wouldn't you say a third grader would know not to give a dog, well, fifth grader at least, not to give a dog chocolate, Diet Coke? Do you not at least think I have a fifth grade education? I'm sure you don't think I do, but I think it would probably surprise you if you actually knew me as well as you think you did or do. Oh, it was another person with drunk dental issues and drug smelling voice. Okay. Why doesn't it hurt people be honest with her and tell her they're tired of covering only Ziggy? If they aren't tired of it, why wouldn't they just be? Well, that's another like thing that's like that shows me that when these people are sitting there saying, oh my God, I can't stand the sound of their voice. Oh my God, she's so annoying. Oh my God, you know, I don't understand why you sit and listen to it. You know, you're hurting yourself more than me. If it's so difficult for you to sit through that, why are you? It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, funny is, yeah. I don't know if that's the right word, but this is a nice word, I guess, kind of. Thank you, Red. See, we know your heart and you are loved here. Mean girls do like to hang together, but it's so weird. And I maybe that is why. Maybe it's because of what CT is saying. Or maybe it's because I'm a pushover or what. I don't see that many comments. Of course, it's like a lot less people in chat usually. It's like, what, 75 to 100 people in chat because there can't be that many people interested in listening to my lives every day and just like, making fun of them every day, but then claim you can't stand my voice and I'm so annoying. And it just like nails on chalkboard and, Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they really thought that I was giving my dog chocolate and pop. I'm not a racist at all. That's just the and I have to laugh about it because it's just so ridiculous. I don't think I've ever been called a racist in my life. And I mean, with these, I have to say I don't think so because these freaking stalkers will freaking go and look everywhere and just, oh my God, I just want to prove her wrong so bad. And they'll find something that I forgot about, and then they'll be like, oh, you forgot, huh? Funny how you forget. See, I don't look at me presenting how that person came up on panel that day that she came up. I don't look at it as like making me a liar just because I didn't say the person's real name and I was not honest about how she ended up on panel. It doesn't change anything about. I mean, actually, it probably would have helped her credibility had you guys known it was somebody I trusted. For some of you guys, it would have. At the time, I didn't know her as well, though. But everything that she's told me has always seemed to be legit. And she showed me like proof that she's who she is. So it wasn't anything nefarious or a way to like make myself look better or in any way like that, or to hide anything for myself at all. So I don't think that's a very good example. If that's what you're picking out, I bet you couldn't wait. You just could not wait to make a video showing how you that's ridiculous to me. That's all you have to say I'm a liar? I always hear someone being called a racist when they're being attacked is just a way to try and make you out to be a bad person. Well, making a video and just because you don't like me and just randomly calling me, putting a title, and not just that title, several titles. I learned a lot with that last incident with court because I've never had deal with something like that. I mean, I didn't know these crazies existed in this large of numbers. I mean, I thought it was something that you run into like once in a lifetime. Holy moly. It's something you run into like it's an everyday thing here on YouTube. Every minute thing. I've never like had to go get a protective order on somebody or anything like that. Never threatened one. Ever. The one I had against an ex was because of the domestic abuse. It was something automatic the court did. Well, I'm about to get off here anyways, lip lock, so good night. I recorded that racist video in case she dirty deletes. It was ridiculously stupid and her editing skills suck. It was chopped everywhere and there was a pig doing one repetitive motion. So what was it that made, can you say why she was saying I'm a racist? What was her reasoning behind it? If you don't want to type it in chat, you could just message it to me. If you do, I can't imagine it could be that bad. I'll repeat it for everybody if you don't want to put it in the chat. We don't keep secrets here. We have thousands of unsolved murders in Chicago along the past 5 years, and they hunt drug possession. Really? I just don't understand it. Wait, what's this have to do with? Oh, you're continuing on here. I hit my state's SO registry, then top 10 most wanted. I was appalled by the most wanted and their charges. I literally couldn't believe it. Really? Yeah, isn't that crazy? Especially when you see their... Yeah. Made that connection and Lenny... Oh, well, let me see what Jen F said, because that one, she was sending me a lot of nonstop emails. There was a time when she would, I don't think she went by Lenny though. It was like, it did have Lenny in it, I think, but she used to email me constantly. When she turned on me, it was when me and Jenna I didn't really know her. She was just in the chats. It wasn't really somebody I talked to much. I don't think. She may have come on the panel before. I'm trying to find Jen P's comment because now I'm curious. Oh. Yeah. A reporter should protect their source and has protected right to do so. It wasn't to trick anybody. I didn't think it changed. Probably would have made her more credible if you guys knew that I had been speaking to her, but I don't think at that time I hadn't I hadn't known her for that long. It had to have been just like a week or two. And she was really just passionate about and upset that she just did not want those boys going back there. because she knows things that, she can't even, that she hasn't even told me, I'm sure. Like, well, I mean, yeah, she has, of course. She knows of, she's friends with the foster parents. So I'm sure she knows like some of the abuse the boys endured or whatever they went through, allegedly, so now it's probably why her opinion was so strong in the beginning, and she knew things that others didn't. And I say in the big beginning, I mean like after the boys have been taken, but long time, several months ago. Mike, I knew you were up to no good. I've seen comments from you about Ziggy. Oh, really? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Tell me that's a joke. I think that's a joke. I've never seen him say anything. Candace is so high and drunk all the time they could play her a confession and she'd believe it and spill the truth. At least we'd then know what she did with Summer. Oh yeah. You know what they did to me one time? They said they made me look, or they tried to say like how that I was a horrible person and that I told a man to go kill himself. And that's the reviews they were putting on my Facebook business page. That's the only one that's had the horrible reviews, because people from here, when I was doxxed, went over there and left saying, oh, I want to buy for this person. She told a man to kill himself. They didn't say, oh, the man's Don Wells. And I didn't say kill himself at all. I didn't say that. That's not at all what I said at all. At all. I said, because we were discussing our concern that maybe Don, this was like a long time ago. This had been September or October or something. That are concerned about what if it was like he killed Candace. They got in a fight. They killed each other. Like one of them gets, at the time you were wondering, is one gonna get suspicious of the other? Like there has been many that were worried about whether or not Don would hurt Candace if he found out something. So we just got talking about that, and I just said, I was just talking. I go, I don't care what he does. Or they were talking about possible him not, living anymore, as far as, can't say the word on YouTube, but just taking his own life. That possibility. And I said, I don't care what he does to himself, as long as he tells us what happened to Summer first. And then I said, I just don't want something to happen to them, because then we'll never know what happened to Summer. That's not me telling somebody to go kill themselves. That's at all. I was just saying, I don't care what happens to I don't care what he does to himself. Just tell us where Summer is first. And at that point, we had already known, we knew that he was a shady character from early on. But that's definitely, no matter the context of the situation, is not me telling somebody to, do that. Dale goes in Kim and Allie's? Are you serious? With their lifestyle, many of us have been worried about that. We need to know where Summer is. Yep. I haven't thought about it as much recently, but yeah, I used to be really worried about that something would happen, because I was thinking that possibly one of them, like Candace, was involved, and that if Don what if Don would get suspicious of her and he'd like hurt her, and then he ended up hurting himself because he knows he would be going to prison. So I really worried about that. And I just felt like we would never know what happened and where Summer is. More than likely. My chat just stopped. But guys, Joe got mad at them because she said, I guess since I don't give you money, you ignore me. I think you saw my comment earlier, but heard that Cam doesn't believe Mary about Dawn essay. What? Where did you hear that? Did he say that? Or where did you hear that? Where did... He... Is what a joke, Mike. You don't know who... Lenny's a subscriber of the one that we don't speak on. Yeah, Don admitted it with Jeannie. But I don't know about Mary, but I don't know why. Has somebody heard him say that? I would hate for people to accuse him of that if that's not really something that he said. You know what I mean? Like, even though I've heard Cam was saying some kind of rude things about me, like recently, in reference to them showing bones, like the exact same thing I did, basically. And I heard that he made some kind of reference to me, or somebody did, and he was, I don't know, but I just want to make sure that that's something that he actually really said. Oh, they were talking in which chat? I don't think so either, Pamela. It might sound a little insensitive. I mean, had it been a mother or father who was, but I wouldn't say that about a mother or father who is like visibly mourning their child and upset and looking for a child. I wouldn't have reasons to think that they would be participating if one of them doesn't look sus and they're acting in comparison to other observations I've had watching other cases, if they're acting different than what my mind's telling me is normal, then that's the only time I would start like worrying about something like that. But to parents that, yeah. There's a reason why people are saying that there's so many people who say things about Donna Candace's behavior. An overwhelming amount of, it's not just, of course it matters whose chat you go to, but I think even if we combined all the people, I would say, what percentage do you guys think it would be that the percentage that, like, do you think it's 50-50, 50% of people believe Donna Candace, the other think they're guilty? Or no, I think it's more like at least, I think it's even over 75% think they're guilty. Of course, I'm usually in this chat, it's mostly people who feel like they're highly suspect. So, and I'm the people I'm around in this community usually are people who think that. So it might seem more than somebody who is a well supporter, because they're gonna have other well supporters in their chat. 10%. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to do the poll really. I think I am really gonna go though. I think 85, 15% is 90, 10, 85, 15. You're wide awake now? Oh, I'm about to leave you. I know, that's why I said I heard, and I'm wondering if a couple of Don's other victims are his older kids. I don't know. Remember Don saying his older daughter and she was proud of her? Yeah, that was weird. Yes, that was a very freaking sick. Ugh. To say about your own daughter, too. Oh, my God. Well, there was one. We do know that there was one other family member. Actually, that just reminded me. Mary recently, when I say recently, within the last month or so, said, there's 7 people that have come forward. And she was saying that there is one other family member. Do you guys remember that? Anybody else remember that? Hey, Ronnie 4. Oh, duh, I know who Ronnie 4 is. Yesterday I was like, who's Ronnie 4? Yeah, I've seen you before. You remember CT when does anybody remember her saying that there's another besides Jeannie and Mary? She said that there is one other family member. Tina was on Dolly? As far as like, oh, it's been at 333 a lot. So that's interesting. I wonder if it's going to be anybody we've like know, or if it's going to be, some cousin that we have never heard from. I can't remember because something's trying to, for some reason, I feel like she said that that this person really didn't want to, they were really struggling with. Did she say something like that? What do I remember her saying that this family member, was it a family member or was it one of the other ones that she said, or did it not happen at all? Where she was saying, one really struggled with it and had a hard time with, because there was one straggler that came in like very, like kind of late. And I think it took them a long time to actually decide that they should come forward because they didn't really want to. I haven't heard about. Yeah, no, me either. I'm just saying cousin, because it was just. Yeah, they're looking for one more boy in Mary's case. That is true. Was it another biological sister? I think I remember her saying family member. I can't remember. She wasn't gonna say like who it was, because you remember something like that. Well, it's not easy. Yeah, it's scary because look at all the things like the stepsisters had to go through and people doubting them. Nobody wants to, when you see that, and if you're already scared about coming forward, you would be afraid, you don't want to get found out. Some people don't want to, you would be afraid, like, oh my gosh, I don't want anybody to find out who I am. I don't want to be attacked. I don't want to be called a liar. I've already, the person's probably already been told before they don't, people don't believe them and stuff like that, and made them feel like crap because there is a lot of horrible people in this world that likes to, but there's also a lot of horrible people in this world that lie about that type of stuff too, to get people in trouble, like men in trouble and stuff. But that's not the case here, in my opinion, at all. No. But there is cases of that. A lot. And it's a horrible thing. And it ruins the person's life. Because even if you prove yourself not to be what the person is accusing you of, it's still, you can see it's just like on YouTube after I prove myself about several things, and not just me, other people. Like, it's just an example. There's still going to be that black cloud hanging over you, So like once you're labeled a certain way, like, oh, Ziggy, you shared CPS records. It's not going to go away, It's not going to go away because there's always going to be people who didn't hear me explain it or whatever. And same with that type of stuff in that situation, which is definitely much more serious, never goes away. And I think it's so messed up that some women do that. Not just women. I'm sure men do it to women too, but it's usually men doing that to women, and it's horrible. That's like the absolute worst thing as a man. Like if I was a man, that would be like the absolute, to me, the absolute worst insult, like, and most horrible thing if I were to be labeled like a sex offender. That's just the most horrible thing in this world. And to be falsely accused of such a thing, I can just, I would probably want to go hide underneath a rock somewhere forever. Because I just find that type of crime so freaking disgusting and horrible. That you should want to hide your face forever if you've hurt a kid in that manner. Good night, cracking asses. Yeah, that black. Oh, F that black cloud. I know, right, Arias? Thank you, Cuckoo Bee. Thank you, guys. Middle Mike, we're just wondering who you really are. Oh, no, are we really questioning him? I thought we were joking. Or is it was Mary, her friend that used to sleep over, Jeannie, and possibly one other person in the family. Yep. There is, hey, RR, haven't seen, long time no see. There's 7. And supposedly 3 of them are family members, right? So there's Jeannie, Mary, and then one other family member. We know of the friend that slept over. That leaves still 3 more that I can't think of right this second. I'm really tired, but Recently told my mom about an older cousin who essay me. Come to find out, he tried to kiss and touch my mom. It's hard to deal with for me, and I never told anyone until recently. I looked up to him. Oh, wow. Yeah, people are scared. I've thankfully, yeah, no. He's a model, guys. He didn't want to be out. Thank you, Cindy. All right, guys. I hope you have a great night. Tomorrow is the mod giveaway. I will show the prizes before the giveaway, but you don't have to be here to be entered. All mods are automatically entered. Unless you've just became a mod within the last couple days. Those, that's not fair for the other mods. So, and I already told that person. But yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow, and who knows what else we'll talk about. I haven't decided. We just have to see what the day brings, right? 50%, yeah. Oh, I've been assaulted, but like in that way, but not as a child. I cannot imagine dealing with something like that as a child. I can't even wrap my mind about how horrible and scary that would be as a child. So I probably should have put a trigger warning on, but it's kind of too late now because about to go. Good night, guys. It's settled. I win. I'm going to make sure that, I'm going to make the price prices comparable to the subscribers only one, just so nobody's like, oh, yours better than mine. I just try to be fair as I can. Good night, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.